The estimate you write is only as good as the inspection you performed. That is something every new adjuster needs to understand early. The damage you see is usually not what gets you in trouble. The damage you miss is what creates problems. A ceiling stain is easy to find. Missing shingles are easy to spot. A broken window is not hard to document. But that is not where most rookie adjusters get tripped up. They get tripped up by the areas they did not check. The attic, the room next door, the subfloor, the exterior details that actually explain how the water got in. That is where the real inspection happens. Most new adjusters think the job is mostly about writing the estimate. It is not. A good estimate starts with a good inspection. If your inspection is weak, your estimate is going to be weak. And weak estimates turn into supplements, reinspection requests, angry policyholders, confused desk adjusters, and managers wondering why your scope missed half the story. So let's walk through 4 hidden areas rookie adjusters commonly miss, and why these areas matter if you want your files to stand up. Number 1, the attic, where the story usually starts. Let's say you are handling a roof leak. The homeowner says a storm blew off shingles and now there is a water stain on the living room ceiling. A rookie sees the missing shingles, sees the ceiling stain, writes for those 2 things, takes a few photos, and leaves. That is how files come back to haunt you. On a roof leak, one of the first places you need to think about is the attic. I know, it is hot, it is tight, it is dusty. Nobody's excited about crawling around in insulation while questioning their life choices. But the attic can tell you what the ceiling stain cannot. The stain on the ceiling may only be the exit point. Water can enter at one location, run along decking, follow a rafter, soak insulation, and finally show up several feet away inside the home. That means the small stain in the living room may not show the full extent of the damage. When you get into the attic, you are looking at the underside of the decking. You are looking for staining, discoloration, damp insulation, compressed insulation, water trails, and any sign that the water traveled beyond the obvious area. Do not just look. Slow down. Use your flashlight. Look at the decking. Look at the rafters. Look at the insulation. If insulation is wet or compressed, document it. Wet insulation does not perform the way it should, and it can create additional problems if it is ignored. And be careful with your wording. If you see discoloration that looks like microbial growth, do not start diagnosing mold like you suddenly became a hygienist in a ball cap. Document what you see. Use careful language. Photograph it. Flag it properly. Your job is to document conditions, not pretend you are every expert on the planet. Humanity already has enough overconfident people with ladders. Also, take photos of what is not damaged. That matters. Dry attic areas help define the scope. They show where the damage stops. They help protect the file from being expanded later without support. The attic is not just another box to check. It can be the beginning of the story. Number 2, adjacent rooms. Water does not respect floor plans. The second area rookies miss is the space next to the obvious damage. Water does not stop at a doorway because the floor plan says the living room ends there. Water follows gravity, materials, framing, and the path of least resistance. So, when you see a ceiling stain in one room, do not just inspect that room and call it done. Check the room next to it. Check the room behind it. Check the room below it if there is another level. Check closets. Check baseboards. Check shared walls. That dining room wall that looks fine at first glance may have elevated moisture behind the baseboard. That closet nobody mentioned may have staining behind a pile of stored items. That room below the affected area may have water showing at the ceiling, trim, or subfloor. This is where a moisture meter becomes important. You are not using it to look fancy. You are using it because hidden moisture is one of the easiest things to miss and one of the easiest things to regret missing later. Look for subtle signs: a musty smell, swollen baseboards, peeling paint, soft drywall, rusting nail heads, flooring that feels different under your feet. Those are clues, and that is really the mindset shift new adjusters need. You are not just looking for what is obvious. You are tracing the path. You are asking, Where did the water come from? Where did it go? What did it touch along the way? That is how you move from taking pictures to actually inspecting. Number 3, beneath the floor, the part everyone wants to ignore. The third hidden area is beneath the floor covering. This one matters because flooring can get expensive fast, and if you miss the wrong thing, the file can blow up later. Naturally, the floor will wait until after your inspection to reveal the full extent of its betrayal. If carpet gets wet, the issue is not always just the carpet. Water can pass through the carpet and pad into the subfloor. The top may feel dry later, but the pad or subfloor may still be holding moisture. That can lead to swelling, odor, soft spots, or additional damage. If it is appropriate and you have permission, you may need to pull back a corner of carpet to inspect and document what is underneath. Always ask first. Always document permission. If you cannot pull it back, use the information available to you. Does the floor feel soft? Does it feel uneven? Is there buckling? Are there stains along the baseboard? Does the room smell damp? With laminate, vinyl plank, tile, or hardwood, the problem can be even less obvious. Water can get trapped underneath the surface. Planks can swell. Gaps can open. Tile grout can show signs of moisture. Baseboards can wick water from the floor edge and start to swell or peel at the bottom. So do not just look at the top layer and assume you are done. Think about the flooring system. Finished material, pad or underlayment, subfloor, trim. That is the difference between documenting a wet floor and understanding the actual damage. Number 4, the exterior, where the cause usually shows itself. The fourth hidden area is the exterior. And honestly, this one should not be hidden, but rookies miss it all the time because they get tunnel vision. They see the interior stain. They see the missing shingles. They assume they know what happened. That is not enough. For a roof leak, you need to understand how the water entered. If it is safe and appropriate, that means getting on the roof. The missing shingles matter, but so does everything around them. Look at the flashing. Look around chimneys, vents, skylights, and roof penetrations. Look at gutters. Look at the fascia and soffit. Look at the siding. Look at windows and door frames. Look at sealant conditions. A leak may not come from the dramatic-looking missing shingle in the middle of the slope. It may come from failed flashing. It may come from clogged gutters. It may come from an opening around a roof penetration. It may be wear and tear, installation-related, storm-related, or a mix of issues that need to be documented clearly. And that matters because cause matters. Your job is not just to say there is water inside. Your job is to help document how and why that water got there. That means walking all elevations, not just the side that looks the worst. Photograph all sides of the property. Document the conditions. Show the areas with damage and the areas without damage. That gives the file context and helps tell the full story. The real lesson, do not just see the stain. Here is the point. The ceiling stain is not the whole claim. It is a symptom. The real inspection is figuring out what caused it, where the water traveled, what materials were affected, and what documentation supports your scope. The 4 areas rookies commonly miss are the attic, adjacent rooms, beneath the floor, the exterior. That list is short, but it matters. Miss one of those, and you may miss the real scope of damage. Get them right, and your file becomes much stronger. Your estimates become easier to support. Your supplements become less messy. Your reputation gets better. And firms notice adjusters who can inspect thoroughly, document clearly, and turn in files that do not require a rescue mission from management. The goal is not to make the claim bigger. The goal is to make the claim accurate. That means inspecting what you can see, verifying what you cannot see, and documenting everything that matters to the cause and scope of the loss. Do not be the adjuster who only sees the stain on the ceiling. Be the adjuster who understands the whole story. That is what separates rookies from professionals. If you want more real-world adjuster training, make sure you like and subscribe. Now get to work.